सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् सर्ववेदान्तसिद्धान्त गोचरं तमगोचरं गोविन्दं परमानन्दं सद्गुरुं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहं जातिनीतिकुलगोत्रदूरगम् नामरूपगुणदोषवर्जितम् देशकालविषयातिवर्त्यत् ब्रह्मतत्त्वमसि भावयात्मनि. Human being has to discover the source of happiness, because there is no one in this world who wants to remain unhappy. Everybody wants happiness. And the nature of transactions is such that you can't be sure of anything. Even then, it continues. There are people who keep dying, but there are still people who keep living. The creation is just like that. There are people who are in difficulties. There are people who are in comfortable position. So nature of the world is like this. And once you are into the world, you have to use till your last breath. And while using the world, you have to go through varieties of situations, varieties of emotional problems, you can say rather, because nobody wants anger, jealousy, etc. All these things are there that keep disturbing you. So living means all these things. You have to go through varieties of situations, external, internal. And given your understanding, what the scripture says is you can remain comfortable provided your attitude towards things is proper. You experience the world. Your experience of the world is not different from the experience of others. Same world, same situation. Just like, for example, there is heat, suppose, let's say, there is heat outside. It is too much hot. So now, this heat outside is same for everybody. It is not something special for you. So when the heat outside is same for everybody, why you are getting disturbed? But you get disturbed because you don't have that attitude, we can say, attitude. Things do happen irrespective of your expectations. Expecting is the nature of the mind, but the reality is something different. So any wrong thinking has got to go. For the person to remain comfortable, happy, any wrong thinking has got to go. So with respect to, as in this verse it is said, there are so many things, varieties of ways to live. Living is this, although living is the same, but you wear different type of dresses, you eat different type of food, you talk differently. So cultures, varieties of cultures are there. So many. But as I told, living is the same. It's not in any way different from one person to another. One person may be rich, another may be poor, but life is the same. One may be very intelligent, the other person may be very dull, but definitely life is the same. So, understanding is important. The more you understand, the better you become. So, purely your understanding, I tell you. And based on that, you live your life. So, no question, no problem with respect to the caste. There are places in the world where there is caste system. Fine, you live according to the nature of the caste, whatever it is. Then there are varieties of rules framed to live. Which rule is perfect? You just tell me. You should know that life doesn't need any rule, it just continues. But even then, if the society frames certain rules to live, you have to obey. If at all you are going to stay there. So, nothing wrong in obeying the rules of a given place. You are bound. So, let's say there is a village, and this village has got a certain rules. Every family has got a certain rule, and they feel proud to be having some rule. So you simply obey it, no problem. What's wrong with it? Don't impose your rule there. So if you impose your thinking upon others, you are in problem. You must suggest, no problem. Somebody is having some problem, and suppose you want to suggest something, nothing wrong in that. But if you think that you are the best, this is the problem of the human being, no? From the very child also. The child also thinks that it is the best compared to the other child. Every child is the teacher for the smaller one. So I don't behave like that. If somebody needs some advice, if at all I know there is nothing wrong in sharing, because it will be useful for the person. But if it doesn't need, suppose the person doesn't need you, why should you impose your thinking on him? It doesn't work. Do you want to go to a drunkard and teach him about the Lord? The person is intoxicated. He's not in a position to listen to you. Suppose you want to talk to him about how to live a pious life. That's better. So why should you should leave drinking? All these things. If you say, then he will teach you his own philosophy. Live as long as you live happily. Live happily as long as you live. So the world is meant for enjoyment. This is how everybody thinks, because nothing occurs except this, except enjoyment. Nothing happens in the mind. Very simple. Once you wake up means you enjoy. Start cooking means enjoy, not to appease your hunger. How it will taste? Fine, it will taste in something other definitely, but priority is not for appeasing the hunger. Which dish will be tasty? Wearing some certain dress, it's okay. We all are wearing certain dress these days. We know our ancestor didn't. So when we wear certain dress, which dress will look better? So always this is the tendency of the human being to be superior. So you can just, I'm just thinking about this cricket. Cricket, you know, see, somebody hits for a six. See the confusion. And when he hits for a six, he gets elated. And the group that is supporting that person, that team, that group also it gets elated. They're so happy, they're hitting for a six. And the other group, they're down. They're not happy. The bowler is not happy. And so also the people supporting the team. Now, see the confusion. Why you are so happy? Because you don't know that there is nothing called six. Which one is it? Why should there be any six? Where The ball has, if you have hit the ball, and the tendency of the ball that it will go to certain extent, whether it takes the aerial route or ground. It has got the law. It is bound by the law. It will go for a certain distance. That doesn't save everybody in this world. That doesn't that doesn't cure your diseases. That doesn't appease your hunger. See the fascination I'm telling you. Nothing wrong in playing games, etc. But getting fascinated, getting elated, that creates problem. That's the reason why even some people suffer heart attack. Here somebody gets defeated, means this fellow died. See how much they are involved in the particular game. Not only game, I am telling you, any branch of knowledge can devour you. Any branch of knowledge can create problem for you if you don't understand things thoroughly. There is nothing called cricket once upon a time. We can imagine. We don't know when it started. It's fine, nothing wrong in our not knowing when the game started, but we can be very sure that there is a time when there is no question of any cricket. Liking cricket, no problem, but getting fascinated is the problem. You think something great has happened, or if this doesn't happen, then such a big loss. Who will lose what? Who has lost? If you want to remain comfortable, then you have to see all these things. There is a group of elated persons, and simultaneously there is another group who is very unhappy. These are the system. Game fighting means there is someone who will win, another group will lose. That's this very system, very simple. Combined winner also sometimes they become together they win. That's good, I think. When together they win, there is no question of any superior to inferior, etc. But there will be dissatisfaction. Still, there will be dissatisfaction. We could have won this. They will be saying we could have won this, etc. So this is how the nature of the human beings. Anything you do, you are studying. You are studying. You say it's fine. You are studying in this school. Why should you be better than the other one? You just tell me. Whenever I go to school, I say like this only. Why should you feel better than the other? You are what you are. That should be the teaching. That should be the understanding. I am what I am. So he has got the quality to hit for a six. The Lord has given him certain strength, and it happened that the last ball was not a six. Why? Why this ball? So the understanding should be very clear. That's fine. Nothing wrong in playing a game or anything that is not detrimental to the society. If you do something like that, nothing wrong in that. Hmm. Even there is competition in bhajan. Bhajan, when you are singing for the Lord, but there is competition. Who is singing better? etc. Om Namah Shivaya. Hey Prabhu, oh Lord, save me. Who is saying better? Who is saying, oh Lord, save me when you say? Who is singing better? So this is deep rooted. This is deep rooted. Sense of competition is deep rooted. So I never encourage such things. I'm not a competitor. I'm doing to the best of my knowledge whatever the Lord has given. I'm utilizing that, not to compete with anybody in this world. Nobody needs any competition actually. You work according to your strength and live your life. That's it. So the truth is bereft of all these things. There is no rules and regulations in the truth. But living needs rules and regulations. Living needs rules and regulations, but truth doesn't. Hmm. Understanding. So, understanding gives you happiness, and understanding about the rules and regulations gives you the required understanding to function in this society. Both the things are required. Both the things are required. One for happiness. That's very important. One for happiness. Knowledge of the truth is for happiness, and there's no second source of knowledge. And anything else is for transaction. Just like I'm talking to you now, this is for transaction, not for happiness. Happiness is understanding. Happiness is understanding, purely understanding. And if you depend upon things for happiness, depend upon knowledge for happiness, then you are in problem. I am learning this knowledge. I am having this knowledge. I am learning a given piece of knowledge. That's okay, nothing wrong. But that knowledge about this world is not for happiness. It's for transactions. I have got the knowledge of a given language. Fine. So why? What is the purpose of my knowing a given language? To communicate with people, those who know that language. That's it, nothing more. Any language for that matter. One, any language is meant for communication and nothing more than that. Right? So, truth is bereft of all these things. There is no caste, no rules and regulations. No rules and regulations. When I say all these things, one should be aware. True, I am not affected by rules and regulations. That is very important. I am not affected by rules and regulations. I know which rule is right. I know which rule is wrong. It's not that all the rules are right all over the world. That's why they change. And they bring about changes. Amendment, they call it. I think this is not correct. So let us change. Fine. That means what? Before you corrected it, it was wrong. And you followed. Yes, that's possible. So not to not to be sure that something is right all the time. In fact, in Bhagavad Gita it has been said, whatever you do, there will be something wrong. There will be some difficulty somewhere. Some dosha will be there. Dosha means uh, something lacking in. There will be something lacking in whatever you do, and so it will be problem for somebody. Whatever you do, there is nothing which is 100% useful for everybody. That is the nature of the creation. So what can be done is you can remain comfortable whatever happens, external or internal. Both the way. External, whatever happens, you can remain comfortable. Similarly, your own changes in the mind, in the form of emotions. Some little bit of emotions they may come. That is very natural. But if they do not overcome your activities, emotions do not overcome, then you have made your life. And that comes because of your constant being aware of this reality. Again and again, being aware of this reality. And prayer and all these things, they do help in uplifting you to a given position where you do not suffer. So there is no name, no quality. Essentially, there is no quality, but quality comes up. You can't say air is liquid. Can you say? Air is liquid, you cannot say. But the same air becomes liquid when it takes the form of water. Understand? So whenever I am fascinated by water, this is very important. Listen to me. So when I get fascinated by water, let me understand it is air. So fascination will vanish. Mm. So I will drink water, but I will understand that it is the manifest form of air. Similarly, Mr. Someone is hitting for a six, not Mr. Someone. It is the intelligence, or you can say intelligence plus along with that strength. Without strength, without energy, nothing is going to happen. So, the strength of the person that hits, and strength is from food. I understand thoroughly, and this is the right time that has happened. Right time it has happened. So he's instrumental in nature. I can see how he's instrumental. Every wave is instrumental because wave was not a few minutes before. It's now. I see the wave now. It was not before. Instrumental. It has come into being. So every human being is instrumental in doing something. Not only human beings, each and everything is instrumental. Lord is behind everybody. Everybody is instrumental. So I keep myself in the place of an instrument. The Lord plays through me. So you feel safe being in the hands of the Lord. So I am an instrument in the hands of the Lord. Each and everybody is an instrument of the Lord. Who decided to be born? You just tell me. Who decided to be born? Who are we to decide to be born? So we are born, we can say helplessly. We are born helplessly. We can say. So the understanding has to change. If I am ready for changing my understanding, it will change definitely. It will take some time, but the understanding is definitely going to change because you are convinced about things. You are convinced that you are an instrument. Everybody is an instrument. So when somebody is an instrument, you can't say he is a big person. I have never seen any big person in this world. There hasn't been any big person in this world. And where is the question of being big person today and in future also? No question. Because the Lord alone directs anything to happen. So what is the question of somebody doing something big? But even then, the human beings they say you might be hearing every day in the TV. So he is doing big thing. He is doing he is such a big thing he has done, etc. In every any field of knowledge for that matter. So you understand who is doing. Hmm. You are doing, and you are making others do. They have the statement. The Lord is doing everything, and Lord is making others do. So there is no quality, there is no weakness. Something is smelling foul, let's say. Something is smelling foul. Naturally, there are things in this world which do smell foul. Bad odor is there, bad smell is there. Bad smell, we say. Why? Because it's not pleasant for us. Now, you just understand. The object has to go through certain change in order to mix with the earth. You have neither created the fragrance nor the bad smell. Nobody has created. Human beings, they, they experience which is emitting fragrance and which is emitting foul smell. Why there is foul smell? Why there is the bad smell? That is because the object has got that quality. The object has got quality. It will have that particular foul smell, and after some time, it will mix with the earth. Just like decaying process is there. Every creature, we have seen it, whether it's a lizard or a dog or a cat, whatever is there, or any bird, etc., that is left outside being dead. What happens, very clearly. There will be so many insects coming from there, and then slowly they will mix the whole thing in the earth. It will become earth. The process is there. And in that process, there is foul smell emitting. There will be bad smell, sure, but there's a nature. That's not the dosha. Dosha means that's not a fault. Don't, what I mean is, what the scripture means is don't hate anything. You understand that is the nature, but stay away. Nothing wrong in staying away, but hating is the problem. There are things which are having good smell, and also there are things which are having bad smell. Which object will have good smell? Which object will have bad smell? Who will decide? One that decides is the Lord, that is your understanding. And there can't be any change in that. That is the system. So if something is harmful to your body, you stay away, but don't hate anything. Similarly, just, just like this, death, for example. Death is universal. You may not like, fine, but start thinking that this is universal and nobody can escape. There is no question of escaping. Also, no need to escape. It is better to try to understand that there is no loss in death. Better to try thinking this way. There is no loss in death of anybody because see, a child was not there in this earth. The child is born. What profit the child has? It is born after some time. It was, let's say, the child will live for around 70, 80 years or 90 years, and after that it will die. Fine. So, who benefited from this earth because of the birth of the child, or who lost because the child died after 80 years, became old and died? So, who lost? Who lost and who benefited because of the birth? Is purely wrong thinking, deeply rooted. I tell you, every because of the association, it so happens that you are involved in that. You are very much deeply involved in that. That's the reason why you suffer. A neighbor comes to your neighbor comes after transfer, and he's newly he's a new person, and you get to know him. Get to know him. First day, second day, you smile. Third day, you keep talking. Then after a few days, if you don't see him, you don't feel good. See, this fellow was not there one week back, and today, if you don't see, the relationship develops like this. So when you don't see, you start telling, oh, where did you go? You nonsense. You started telling nonsense, because you have become friends, and he's also ready to accept you. This is how people suffer together. So people do come and go away. So that's understanding. You have to remember it. There's no other way. Whenever there is association, means you have to understand it thoroughly. That will save you. So yes, people come and people go. That's okay. Somebody is having friendship with you. Nothing wrong in having friendship, but reality has got to be remembered. If at all you want to remain happy, reality has got to be remembered every day. Every day, I tell you. So there is nothing wrong in things. Things are supposed to be like this. Each and every object, each and every living beings, whatever it is. So accepting the entire creation the way it is, the entire incidents that unfold, that makes you comfortable, safe. It is bereft of, and again it says, it is bereft of space, time, and object. The truth is bereft of space, time, and object. There is no space in truth. Space, as we know, it accommodates the entire universe. Space accommodates the entire universe. But the same space doesn't exist in your deep sleep. And dream also, we can say. Dream space is there, but not this space. So space also is not the reality. What is reality is the basis for this space. The root of this space is the reality. And that reality appears like space. See, whatever we are talking about varieties of values. This scripture talks about varieties of values. This scripture talks about the governing principles all over the universe. So all these things, if you understand thoroughly what happens, you remain comfortable. That's the purpose. The purpose of the scripture is to make you feel comfortable in every situation. And of course, as it says, whatever pain, etc., that you get in your life, that is not peculiar to you. That's not specific for you. You are getting some pain. Suppose I have got fever. It's not that I only get fever. Everybody gets fever in this world. Now and then. That's the nature. So the way the life unfolds, wherever you are, this is how the wish of the Lord, if you can understand then there is none who can make you unhappy. So wherever you live, the goal should be I will try to remain happy whatever may come. I will try to remain happy, whatever may be the situation, because situations are given by the Lord. So bereft of space, free from time. The truth is free from time. There is no time as such in dream and deep sleep. You see, same human being. I'm the same human being. I'm the same who slept last night, and there is no time for me. Once I wake up, the concept of time comes. So the truth doesn't have time also, and the truth alone appears like time. And time is meant for transactions, not for understanding. So thinking, in fact, the thinking should be the way the universe is. It is very nice, and the things that we do not like, it take time for us to accept those things also. Okay, so free from time, past, present, future, relative concept. And then one more thing that the scripture says here is there is no object in truth. Sound, form, smell, etc. Nothing exists in truth. The scripture says nothing exists. That is the reality. And the last thing to know, there is no universe. In fact, what the scripture wants to say is there is no universe in the truth. Just like in the dream, there is nothing, whatever you see, whatever you see in the dream, there is nothing. Similarly, in the waking state also, if somebody can do like this, and it's purely understanding, there's nothing to be done. It is purely understanding, and understanding will take place provided you are going according to the scripture. There is no other way, I tell you. No imagination. You have to understand the way the scripture wants you to, and if you can do it, then you have made your life. Universe doesn't exist in the truth. But the truth alone appears like the universe. Transaction, while transacting, the truth appears like the universe, but the universe doesn't exist in the truth. How? Water exists in all the waves, but waves are not there in water. No waves are there in water, because except water there is nothing. If I say the entire wave is water, you will understand very clearly. Yes, the entire wave is water, and there is nothing other than water. So when there is nothing other than water, why do you say wave? Nothing wrong in saying wave, because saying wave is transaction, no problem. Every language is perfect because every language is sound. Similarly, the entire universe is nothing but the manifest form of the Lord. There is no problem. Thinking that the world is something different is the problem. I am something different. I am better. His words, etc. All these things are the problem. So you have to take you or uplift you to a certain level where you can understand that everything is the same thing. Some wave may look bigger, but it is no way different from water. Small and big exist in form, not in the reality. Entire universe is one consciousness. That has got to be understood by the learned person. Or the person who understands this is called a learned person. And it's not going to go away. This knowledge is not going to vanish at any time, because the truth never goes away. Once I know that truth, 2 plus 3 is equal to 5, it will stay because it's the reality. So the entire universe being the consciousness, it doesn't go away. So that sort of truth you are, and the word Brahma that is used here is truth actually, truth you are. Truth and false, there is a relationship. What is the relationship between truth and false? What we know is false, and what we should understand is the truth, and the truth alone appears like the false. That's the only teaching, but it takes so much of time, you know. It's better if it is done earlier because you are not sure of the next moment. So the more you are aware of this reality, it will stay with you and will keep you comfortable. Will meditate rest of the time. Sit straight, close your eyes. I'm taking the names of various parts of the body. Look at those parts. Left foot, the toes, left knee, left thigh, right foot, the toes, right knee, right thigh, stomach, chest, back, right palm, fingers, right elbow, right arm, right shoulder, left palm, fingers, left elbow, left arm, left shoulder, neck, back side of the head, right ear, right cheek, left ear, left cheek, mouth, nose, right eye, left eye, forehead, top of the head, the entire body. This body is the manifest form of the Lord. Its look is what it is. It couldn't have been otherwise. Each and every body is the manifest form of the Lord. The Lord wanted this body to be here. Similarly, each and every body. Any change that takes place in this world, it is supposed to happen. Many changes are painful in nature, but they are supposed to happen. Both construction and destructions, they go together in this creation. So the way the world functions today, this is what the wish of the Lord. All over the world, whoever is living in whatever way, that is how he or she is supposed to live. Any country, any religion, any group of people, whatever is there all over the world, that is how it is supposed to be. It could not have been otherwise. Just like the climate today. The climate today where we live is not the same as the climate everywhere. It differs from place to place. So, given this understanding, we can say there's nothing that has happened in the past shouldn't have happened, or whatever is happening today shouldn't happen, or in the future also something shouldn't happen. Whatever happened in the past is perfect, whatever is happening now it is perfect, and in the future also whatever is going to happen will be perfect. So I accept everything. Look at the nose, how the air enters into the body and keeps the body alive each and every moment. Given the continuation of the life, we do things, certain things. Living is not dependent upon us. Life continues, and that's the reason why we work. So pay attention to the air that is entering into the body through the nose. Just pay attention. Be grateful. Mental worship. mental lordship makes you ready to understand the truth. Entire universe is the body of the Lord. The Lord can be invoked in any form because the entire universe is the form of the Lord. Any form can be the form of the Lord. So you imagine a given form, put a flower at the feet of the Lord, prostrate in front, and pray, "Oh Lord, give me the capacity to accept whatever I cannot change, because I know many things I cannot change. Give me the capacity to change whatever I can change, and may I know in each and every situation what I can change and what I cannot change." Doing salutations to the Lord again and again. Om Namah Shivaya. You hear me chanting Om Namah Shivaya. You just don't need to chant yourself. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 The cause will be there in the effect. Cause of the necklace is gold. Gold will be there in each and part of the necklace. In fact, the gold is given the name necklace. Similarly, the entire universe should have the source. The source is consciousness. Consciousness should be everything. Gold should be everything in the necklace. Similarly, the consciousness should be the entire universe. Each and everything is consciousness. Whether it is mind, the sense organs, the body, inert objects, sun, moon, or anything for that matter, the entire universe is nothing but consciousness. Just like in the dream, it is one consciousness. Similarly, the entire universe is nothing but consciousness, appearing like varieties of things. Everything is that consciousness. I am that consciousness, free from the nature of the universe. Om Swasti Prajabhya Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahimmahishaha Go Brahmanebhya Shubhavastu Nityam Lokas Samastas Sukhino Bhavantu Kale Varshatu Parjanyah Prithivi Sasyasharini Desho Yam Kshovarahitah Brahmanas Nirbhayaः Sarvesham Swastirбhavatu Sarvesham Shantirbhavatu Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतङ्गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ